Hi, this is Zoe, and you're welcome to Auto Says. What if I told you some of the fastest, wildest supercars ever built were too extreme to even be allowed on US roads? If that caught your attention, go ahead and give this video a like. It really helps more car lovers find these stories. Every car enthusiast has dreamed of piloting a machine that pushes every boundary of speed and style. But what happens when those boundaries clash with government regulations? Across the globe, some manufacturers created engineering marvels so raw, so powerful, or just so unapologetically wild that they were banned from US streets. Some missed safety benchmarks, others never passed emissions tests, and a few were never meant to be driven anywhere but the track. Today, we're diving into 10 legendary supercars that were once forbidden fruit in America, and uncovering why some of them eventually got the green light. Spoiler alert, airbags, bumper laws, and a love of emissions regulations may have been the villains all along. Let's start with number 10. Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. If a fighter jet and a scalpel had a baby, it would look like the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. This track-only monster weighs just over 2,200 pounds and packs 570 horsepower from a screaming V10. Sounds perfect, right? Except no airbags, no ABS, no stability control, and no interest in being legal. Lamborghini built the Sesto Elemento purely for track use, and that carbon fiber tub doesn't like crash tests anyway. The cabin? Let's just say, if you're hoping for cup holders or an infotainment screen, you're in the wrong car. Foam pads stuck to bare carbon is your seat. Number 9. Lamborghini Strosek Diablo. Think the regular Diablo was wild? Strosek took it further, with custom headlights, wilder body kits, and just enough safety violations to make it illegal in the US. This wasn't Lamborghini's fault. It was the modifications that pushed it past what US regulations allow. The Strosek Diablo's one-of-a-kind interiors and stylized steering wheels made each model unique, but also impossible to certify. It's like putting wings on a pizza. Cool? Maybe. Legal? Not quite. Number 8. TVR Sagaris. Here's one for the purists. The TVR Sagaris had no traction control, no ABS, and no electronic safety nets whatsoever. TVR thought the driver should be the only computer in the car. This 400 horsepower British beast is a reminder that skill, and maybe a bit of courage, were once required behind the wheel. US regulators disagreed. Without emissions controls or crash safety standards, the Sagaris never stood a chance at legal import. But for those lucky enough to drive one, it's as raw as it gets. Move on. Number 7. Jaguar XJ220S top speed, 212 mph. Production count, just 6. Street legality in the US, 0. The XJ220S is a stripped-down, race-ready version of Jaguar's legendary hypercar. It shed weight and safety systems in favor of track performance. The cabin? Racing seats. No frills. No forgiveness. It's like Jaguar looked at Le Mans and said, let's make that road legal, but forgot the legal part. Next, number 6 is Nissan Skyline R34 GT-R. The hero car from Fast and Furious fame, the R34 GT-R was banned not because it was too powerful, but because it couldn't meet America's crash and emission standards. Its advanced all-wheel drive system and twin-turbo engine made it a performance legend. But US laws kept it out, at least until now. Thanks to the 25-year import rule, many R34s are finally landing on American soil legally. Was it worth the wait? Every rev of the RB26 says, absolutely. We're just getting to the really crazy stuff. Wait until you hear about the Porsche that didn't even get a VIN. And number 5. Porsche 964 RS. Stripped of insulation, air conditioning, and even the radio, the 964 RS was Porsche's tribute to speed over comfort. US enthusiasts wanted it, but regulations said no. Instead, we got the RS America, a softened version with a few creature comforts. But true collectors? They hunt down the original RS, valuing every gram Porsche left out. And 4 is Audi RS2 Avant, a wagon that can outrun sports cars. The Audi RS2 was built with help from Porsche, and it shows. But despite its genius, it never made it stateside due to emissions and certification hurdles. Now that it's old enough, American enthusiasts are starting to import these rare gems. Grocery runs have never looked, or sounded, so good. Number 3. Morgan Le Mans 62 Prototype. Imagine a vintage race car with modern power. That's what Morgan built with the Le Mans 62 prototype. But it lacked the safety features required for public roads. The craftsmanship is gorgeous, the performance shocking, and the legality non-existent, unless you're on a track or in a private collection. It's a no-go in the US. Honestly, it might be easier to import a tank than some of these cars. At least tanks have bumpers, right? Number 2. Porsche Carrera 4 Lightweight. This Porsche isn't just banned, it wasn't even meant to be legal. Built without a VN and stuffed with race hardware, the Carrera 4 Lightweight is a pure track machine. Forget comfort, forget stereo, even forget door handles. This car isn't about convenience, it's about domination. On the circuit, last one. Alfa Romeo 8C Spider Roadster. Finally, a car so beautiful, it almost broke the law just by existing. The Alfa Romeo 8C Spider blends Italian craftsmanship with a Ferrari-built V8. But crash regulations and emissions made mass import difficult. A few were eventually legalized in the US, and today they're prized by collectors. Its curves remain timeless, and it may just be the best-sounding car you'll never drive. These cars represent more than performance stats and track times. They remind us that sometimes, the boldest ideas aren't meant to fit within the lines. Many were banned not because they were dangerous, but because they refused to compromise. And while laws change and time passes, the mystique of these forbidden cars only grows stronger. But here's the twist. As import laws continue to loosen and collectors push for change, some of these once illegal icons are finding their way to US garages. So which of these legends could you be driving next? If you enjoyed this journey into outlaw automotive greatness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We drop daily updates for car lovers just like you. Got a favorite from the list, or one we missed? Drop it in the comments. You never know. It might just be the next feature on this channel. Until then, drive safe, dream big, and remember, some legends don't follow rules. They write their own. See you in next one. Goodbye.